Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Vegapunk revealing to Luffy how to eat 2 Akumas no Mi. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you subscribe to our channel. That way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit, or master your favorite hockey. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your like and thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. The recent appearance of Dr. Vegapunk was a real surprise to us all, not only because we will finally see his true form, which was a shock to everyone, but also because we have known for a long time that when his character would appear, several important pieces of information would be clarified in the work, and among them, we can especially mention the Akumas no Mi. After all, it was Vegapunk himself who was responsible for studying them and cataloging everything we know about them. But what is he still hiding? Could he know about classified information, such as the possibility of consuming 2 devil fruits and having no side effects? This is what we will discuss in today's video. Dr. Vegapunk is the Marine's chief scientist. His work includes the discovery of the secrets and uses of kairoseki, the secrets of how the powers of Akuma no Mi work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, and various other scientific achievements that are at least 500 years ahead of current technology. He was born on Karakuri Island, a technologically advanced island. Before being employed by the world government, Vegapunk was part of an illegal research group known as MADS, where he worked alongside other notable scientists such as Vinsmoke Judge and Queen, before being arrested and then integrated into the Marine. Despite his great influence on the story, Vegapunk has not yet made a personal appearance in the storyline. At least, that is what everything seems to indicate. Vegapunk has not yet made his appearance, but a G5 sailor states that he is an old man, suggesting that he is already of an advanced age. Also, during Kuma's explanation of his pacifista modification, Vegapunk appears to be wearing yellow gloves and a striped shirt while wearing a lab coat. Although we have recently seen a character who introduced herself as Dr. Vegapunk, according to her clothing and style, everything indicates that she must just be some sort of copy or robot who calls herself as Vegapunk, doing experiments. In his youth, Vegapunk was a generous person who took great care of the inhabitants of his island, willing to help them with his inventions. He is considered the pride and joy of the island, and the residents still await his return. Unlike his former scientist colleague, Caesar Clown, Vegapunk was much more moral about what he would do in pursuit of achievement. He refused to involve children in the gigantification process, despite his repeated failures. He also vetoed the creation or release of the H2S poison gas weapon, for fear that it would harm innocent people. He seems to have an interest in dragons, as he created 2 of them in Punk Hazard, and an artificial Akuma no Mi that allows the user to transform into one. He seems to be honorable, as he granted Kuma his last wish as a human being, which was to program him to protect Thousand Sunny until the return of the Straw Hats. Vegapunk is famous as the greatest scientific genius the world has ever known, having tremendous knowledge and unparalleled understanding in all fields of science, from cell biology to military technology. As noted by Frankie, his scientific expertise is said to be at least 500 years ahead of his time. It seems that even in his youth, the scientist was a prodigy already considered a genius, but lacked the skills, resources, and materials to develop his inventions, although this did not prevent him from theorizing the creation of the pacifista cyborgs, including their laser weapons. This is proven by the fact that Frankie was able to recreate the technologies by single-handedly studying the plants that Vegapunk left on his home island. Apart from this, the creations and projects he left behind are considered priceless, and any damage inflicted on them is considered a crime. Through his research, he discovered ways to allow marine ships to pass through the calm belts without fear of an attack from the kings of the seas, by covering the ship's hulls with kairoseki. He also discovered exactly how the powers of Akuma no Mi are transferred to a user, and was the scientist behind the method of granting Akuma no Mi powers to inanimate objects such as swords and weapons. He was the one who turned Bartholomew Kuma into a cyborg and produced many replicas of him in pacifistas, granting them some of the Kizaru's Akuma no Mi abilities in the process. These replicas bleed real blood, However, they do not have Kuma's Akuma no Mi abilities. After the 2-year time skip, Sentomaru revealed that the last pacifista had been modified, but these units have yet to be seen. The lasers installed in the pacifistas were apparently so advanced that only Vegapunk knew how to create them. It has also been stated that the dragons found in Punk Hazard were Vegapunk's own creations. He also appears to be physically strong, as he was able to survive Caesar Clown's weapon of mass destruction by being in the core of the explosion. Vegapunk was born in the futuristic Baltimore country on Karakuri Island. As a child, he designed and built various devices in his laboratory, including robotic animals. He also had hundreds of other ideas, from weapons to experiments with cellular structures. He once tried to create an underground heating system for the people of the island, using modified animals as a labor force. Unfortunately, Vegapunk did not have the tools and funds necessary to complete his project, but he was able to touch the hearts of the people on the island. At one point, he worked alongside Vince Smoke Judge within the MADS, an illegal research team, and discovered the life project known as the Lineage Factor. When the world government learned of this, they considered the research a threat, and Vegapunk was arrested. After going to work for the world government, he became famous for his research on Akuma no Mi, and for discovering the Kairoseki can neutralize the effects of the user's Akuma no Mi. When Kaido was captured on the Marine, Vegapunk was able to extract a sample of his lineage factor to replicate his Akuma no Mi, though the results were noted as unsatisfactory. The world government wanted him to give the fruit to them, but Vegapunk considered it a failure and refused, leaving it in Punk Hazard. 4 years ago, Vegapunk was leading chemical weapons tests in his lab in Punk Hazard. His former colleague, Caesar Clown, created an extremely powerful chemical weapon, and when Vegapunk tried to fire Caesar for his reckless behavior, Caesar retaliated by detonating that weapon, turning Punk Hazard into a wasteland. The island was closed after this incident, and a dragon created by Vegapunk was also abandoned. Since Vegapunk was leading the experiments, he was blamed for the incident. For the time skip, he focused on developing human weapons called pacifistas, with Bartholomew Kuma as his guinea pig, and with his research into the powers of Kizaru's Akuma no Mi. He somehow managed to synthesize them and become the only person in the world with the technological ability to manufacture functional and tangible damage-causing laser beams, which the world government now uses in full force and mass production. Before the Marineford War, Vegapunk performed the final operation on Kuma, removing what was left of his free will. However, at Kuma's request, Vegapunk programmed the mission to protect Thousand Sunny into his memory bank. Before going to Mary Geos, Isho met with Vegapunk, and the scientist revealed an invention that Isho believed could make the Shichibukai system obsolete. An important detail to note here is that Vegapunk was not only a genius, but was also responsible for the research and cataloging of the Akumas no Mi. This could tell us a lot about his current experiments, and also about the secrets he might be hiding. Among them, the real reason why an Akuma no Mi holder cannot possess more than one fruit. Could there actually be a way to eat 2 fruits? Well, actually, it certainly could be possible. From Vegapunk's background, we know that he is a very dedicated person in his work, and that he goes after finding out as much as possible about what catches his eye and has an interest in. This should make him curious in the case of Blackbeard, who has consumed 2, and maybe he can even consume 3 or more? Does he actually know about eating more than 1 fruit at the same time? And could he reveal this to the Mugiwaras? Especially reveal this secret to Luffy himself. It is possible that, as always, Luffy doesn't really care about this kind of research. However, other characters could be fascinated by such information, being able to connect this information with other theories we had until recently in the story. Could this cause Luffy to eat 1 more fruit on this island? Will we finally get a glimpse of the tree that the Akumas no Mi come from? What else does Vegapunk and Egghead Island have in store for us? Let us know in the comments your theory about this new phase of One Piece. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all, as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.